Hey guys and gals of YouTube, how y'all doing? Dave Boyd here with the Lego set 75413 Republic Juggernaut, formerly identifying as a clone turbo tank. Google it, it appears as both. And this is as Lego intended, mostly because of the figures. Okay, biggest problems that I can see, let's go and tilt this down just a bit. Grabbing here or here is a bad idea. It's only held in the 1x2 hinge plates here, and this is all one piece. Repeatedly grabbing even here, even down low, will eventually crush or cause separations here because these are only held in with the connections here. And furthermore, instead of a more traditional model where the 2x2, this big brick would go straight down, it actually goes to a 2x6 plate because otherwise it overhang. It's just a design. That 2x6 plate that runs on the bottom here, you might be able to see it there. It flexes just slightly, which helps to loosen the pegs. The other part of annoyance that's been reported to me, and I also have seen some problems, is this design here. And where the problem is if you look closely here, if you haven't built one of this set yet, normally it would be a 1x2, which would fill this up, there would be no movement. But because it's a 1x, there's a tiny bit of flex here. Now, if that doesn't tie in, it won't allow that to close in. This is just right about there. I think there it is, see? Otherwise, it's quite beautiful, that connection there, but that's something to definitely be aware of. This particular model likes to drop these plates here. These are snot plates. It's a nice effect. It gives it some studs. But I still really like this model. The brick-built wheels are really great. In fact, just has a rubber here instead of the springs is amazing. There is a little bit of, floppiness up here, but when this thing is on the ground and you're not picking up and stuff, it is definitely for the best. Also, as Ryan from M&R pointed out, just simply grabbing it underneath this way is probably the best bet because these points here are definitely a weak point. Now, solutions on how to fix that. Let's open both sides so we can see through it. Well, you got to see let's see, on your guys it would be on the left, I guess. For me, it's the right. The other side, toward the front, is Technic. You could actually redesign this and Technic it through. The problem is it will still work loose on the base plate. You need to go all the way through. Second problem I've noticed the more I've been messing with these things is here, the two sides are joined together and there's these inverted pieces right here, that and then these 2x2s, and that causes a little bit of flex there. So you're here and this side, sometimes it drops those and I don't know why. If you flex it a lot, it does sometimes drop one of those. And of course, that can cause the body to collapse apart or break apart right there, right here. See, there's your 2 points right there. So there's definitely a lot of areas. Like I said, the fun thing about Legos is you can sit down, take Technic bars, run a full underframe, full exoskeleton frame up next, an internal skeleton up, and then plate over and just keep with your dark red, your light grays, maybe ditch the sand blue. You could have a superior model that probably would be not probably cost prohibitive for Lego to make. Anyways, this is the unmodified Lego set. This is one. Actually, I need some of these, but I need them in light gray for another project. Go ahead and pop that open and pop these down. This right here, obviously you couldn't really pick up by here, but you can see how weak these points are. Potentially, you can see how this is designed right there. Anyways, one of the modifications I made is this is the Galactic Marine, with a beautiful figure actually, as Lego intends it to be. These fold down too, right here, so it doesn't hook up and you end up breaking something. Great little figure. I personally wish it had some printing or the backpack was done differently, but we all have things. And of course, it needs a waist cape. So we have that one. And then what it is, I got a hold of Clone Army Customs, and I ordered their molded backpack, which I think definitely looks better. Although, Lego's crumply looking one they use for Revolutionary Soldiers and stuff, that one in white, like they used to use for the Hoth Snowtroopers, I think would actually work better. And of course the waistcape, I did go with the cloth one just because I like that one with the camo. And you can, because this one is unlike the hard plastic one, you can bend them down, sit them and stuff, and it doesn't have any effect on that. So it's kind of cool. It has a nice kind of a canvas feel to it. It's just a good quality piece. Anyways, I think this is definitely a super figure. Oh yeah, and while we're here, also you can kind of have to pull this up a little bit so you can pop that up. I did go ahead and throw a camera on him too. Just in my opinion, there's some other issues going on here. Right here, the visor part, if this was printed further across, it would help that look. But if you really are tired, or really been a long day or something, and you're kind of feeling annoyed, and you look at him, gotta share it with y'all. Not only does he look a little bit like a chipmunk, or he's holding his breath. If you got dogs, it looks like he's got his tongue sticking out. And once you see it, it's really hard to unsee, and it makes you go, "Wow, such opportunities." But on that note, the feet printing, but. Like I said, there's so many things like that little bit of red up here, like they did on the Airborne Trooper, would have blended all together. But to correct that having the camo would have been really great. But just had they printed all the way across, it's not really red. It's actually the flesh tone you see. But I don't know why. To me, it looks like he's got his tongue out or something. It just looks weird once you see it. Anyways, appreciate the views out there. A great community. And not going to say it's my favorite model at all, but I definitely want to look into getting the 2016. I don't have much of an excuse now, but I'm definitely sorting some other things out. And, cost of everything's going up, and I find that I don't really have my income to get some of the sets I want right away anymore. That is, I just want basically everything, so that's sort of a me problem. So y'all take care. Till next time, ciao.